correspondent. Let's go over here. We have Adjutant General Esther Aguigui on the line. Good morning, Adjutant General.
Good morning.
Half a day.
Half a day.
Happy day, Sabrina. Happy Monday to both of you.
Happy Monday.
Happy Easter.
Busy weekend for the Guard. Actually, busy since March 16th.
Right. Can we just, so first of all, Adjutant General, how was your Easter?
As blessed as ever. A unique experience, nonetheless.
Right. Because I know you got a big family, and I do too, and it was really just, all I can say is I got the commitment from the Lieutenant Governor, we're going to redo Easter. So just hang in there, Guam. So you had a good Easter then?
Yes. Just prayer with our Lord and asking for blessings and patience and, a way to get through this COVID-19 crisis is all, and just rejoice that this is the day we celebrate Him rising from the dead.
Okay.
And then right back to work on Monday.
Amen.
Yes. There were a couple of things we wanted to ask you about, TAG, and I guess the first one is the road closures. So are we continuing with that moving forward?
Yes, we are, Chris.
Okay.
We will continue pushing and supporting the governor's mandate, which is meant, that's her Executive Order 2010. And it was just meant to keep motorists off the road and encourage people to stay home.
And I know that it was meant to do that, but it seemed like there was just a lot of people out on the roads, at least on Saturday, from the pictures that we saw, and on Sunday. Do you guys keep track of how many people you guys saw?
Absolutely. Oh, if there's any organization that keeps track and who is very much aware,
Right.
it would be the Guam National Guard
Right.
and also the Guam Police Department, which is, as part of this effort to educate the public. So the Guam Police Department is actually the lead element in this effort, and then the Guam National Guard supports and enforces the governor's mandate. So yes, we in fact, the comments have not stopped. My super PAO, Major Joe Blosh, she keeps me updated as comments and remarks come in, and we're sensitive to that, Sabrina and Chris. Because I want to mention mobile. We're drivers too.
Right.
So we are very sensitive to public sentiment. However, we need to be cautious that it's very important that we also be very sensitive and knowledgeable about the threats that this COVID-19 presents to us. We have to take that very seriously. And my number one priority is to protect the health and safety of my guardsmen and women. And this is one way we can do it to prevent and delay the spread of COVID-19.
What were the people saying? I know some were obviously upset. Others, were they a little more understanding of what you guys are trying to do?
According to the reports that we are getting, a lot were very thankful that we took this initiative to educate the public. I can tell you that as the leader, one of the main responsibilities of the leader is to be present. And I went through all those checkpoints. And I tell you what, if it didn't deter me and I wasn't an essential worker, I would have stayed home. I would have, adopted the shelter in place. But a lot of people were thankful. Of course, we're going to have other motorists who needed to be somewhere for whatever the reason was. But we're trying to meet the intent of the governor's executive order to shelter in place and stay at home and help everyone, go through this crisis together.
Mm-hmm. There's a comment here on our Facebook stream, and I'm not sure because I haven't really been out on the road, but one of our viewers is asking, commercial and emergency vehicles should have an assigned lane. Is that in fact the case, or do they have to wait in line like everybody else?
So with the Guam Police Department's direction, we are actually working with the Guam Memorial Hospital, the Guam Regional Medical Center, Naval Hospital, and all the other essential agencies to have some plan on how to mitigate, the delay in traffic. So, first time is always a learning experience, and this is a new situation that everyone is going through, not only here in the island, not only in the region, but globally. Everyone is just learning how to address the unique issues that COVID-19 presents. It reminds me of a trailer that shows people in an airplane, and they're trying to build the plane as it's flying. And so this kind of is similar to that. We're learning as we go, and we welcome all best practices, and so yes, there are plans in place. For example, we could probably consider, rather than just one lane, maybe 2 lanes, and then rather than just one National Guardsman reading a script, maybe we can have 3 National Guardsmen reading the script at the same time. That way, maybe as soon as 3 cars are done being educated, then they can proceed forward, and then the next 3 will come, and the next 3 will come. So we are definitely sensitive to public sentiment,
right.
But also, in keeping with the governor's executive order, for people to encourage people that if you don't need to be on the road, please stay home and
right.
help us.
Yeah, and that's the thing. I mean, we totally understand it. I just, was everybody going grocery shopping on Saturday morning? Because like all the videos I saw, they were all going grocery shopping, and how much can you guys do in terms of really questioning these people while staying in your lane, so to speak?
Chris, we can only do as much as the governor's authority allows us to. So the road closures are is different from a checkpoint, and they are not a checkpoint, and so this road closures gives the governor her existing authority to request that people be educated. The penalty for not being on essential business is our opportunity. It's not a penalty at all. It's just an opportunity for us to educate the public based on the authority that she has.
Right.
So I think maybe everyone was just preparing for Easter like we normally do. That's just how we're used to doing things, and people just wanted to go about and prepare for this significant celebration, and maybe they thought that they could just go about, but this puts us in a pause for a minute, maybe for some people for more than a minute, but we're meeting the governor's intent to educate the public about staying home and helping us address the COVID-19 crisis.
I did want to ask about the CNMI governor. He put out a request for the establishment of a National Guard in the CNMI. Is that something that we would see the Guam National Guard, if it is granted, be, I guess, going over there and helping them out?
And show them how it's done, maybe?
We are always open to assisting, our government in furthering, defense support to civil authorities. And although I peeked at the article, I didn't read it in its entirety. But our brothers and sisters in our neighboring islands, have always been very close, near and dear to our hearts. And we would love to help in any way we can. And we'll put the 800-pound brains together, and we're going to figure out how to proceed with the One Marianas concept. But we are open to helping our neighbors, and that's what the National Guard is all about. We have a bumper sticker that says it's neighbors helping neighbors, it's civilians helping civilians, and so that's why it's just so important that the National Guard in each state answers the call to each governor's unique situations. It's the best recipe for helping states and the residents that live in that state.
I also wanted to follow up on, we received this information last week regarding the Guard members that returned from Egypt. It was last Sunday, I believe. And then I guess there was some sort of technical error, and according to Major Joe, they were trying to resolve this issue by, I believe, today. Have you heard anything else on that? Or do you have a follow-up?
So the follow-up is that, yes, that situation happened. I'm trying to do 2 phone calls at one time. So
Nice ringtone.
Oh, thank you. Yes. You recognize that right
Yeah.
off. Yes. So, Sabrina, getting back to you to answer your question. So the situation just involved an administrative process that was corrected very quickly by one of our very own National Guardsmen who was working up at the National Guard Bureau. So we identified the administrative procedure quickly, and we called our counterpart, and it was immediately addressed and fixed. And I am proud and happy to say, as of today, I believe that issue has been resolved.
All right, that's good to hear. Is there any other updates that you wanted to share with the community?
We have a lot of folks working. We have some people from off island who are coming here to help us, combat this evil thing called COVID-19, and we're here to support, and we're here to get through this together, and hopefully, a lot of times, when the uniform is present, it's immediate medicine to the general public that everything's going to be okay.
Mm-hmm.
This is temporary. And, when everyone works together and nobody cares about who gets credit for it, it's amazing the things that we can accomplish. So, and speaking of amazing things, I just want to do a public shout out to you, Sabrina, and you, Chris, for doing amazing things to keep the public informed, but I think most importantly to keep the public calm and help us restore that confidence in government that we so desperately need at this point in our lives, at this conjuncture. We we're in this battle, we're in this war against COVID-19, and it's going to take every single one of us to come to win it. So thank you again. I'll be delighted to come back on your show
Right.
probably another week from now.
Right.
But that's the update, and the usual: wash your hands, keep your distance, put favor, saga, kigimamizu.
Yeah, stay home.
Yeah, thank you so much, Major General. Really appreciate everything that you're doing, Major Joe, and every single person out in the Guard. I mean, you guys are putting yourselves lives on the line every single day, especially now up front, meeting everybody at these road closures,
Right.
and informing them of what they need to do. But the most basic thing is really just to stay home. So thank you again so much.
Yeah, and it's really unfortunate that people are not staying home, and that's why you guys got to come out here and put yourselves at risk. So I apologize for those knuckleheads. Some people. But thank you so much, Adjutant General.
Hagabus.
Okay.
Okay, be
stop.
safe.
Okay. Happy Easter. Wash your hands.
Happy Easter.
There you go, Adjutant General Esther Aguigui. And yes, so we were wondering because yesterday the checkpoints, at least the one in Dedido, didn't go through till 10 because Jason went through it.
Mm-hmm.
And she said, yeah, moving forward, it's going to be out there today. So
10 a.m. to